What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuesday Tea Time. I am your guy, Icky, and today we're going to be hanging out with my man, Ricardo. But before we get to doing that, I just wanted to wish you guys a happy Tuesday. It's been a crazy year. I feel like 2020 has really the whole like universal cosmos has been trying to kill us, and so it's been tiring. But being on with our guest today, I'm pretty excited to have him here, and I think it's really kind of got my spirit back up and going. I do want to remind everyone that October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So my friends, my ladies, please make sure you're getting checked. Make sure you're getting out there and getting your exams. For those of you who don't have to go through that, donate to the foundation and make your support heard so that we're keeping as many of our ladies safe as possible. And women, if you're worried about whether you can afford it or not, there are a lot of locations that are servicing them for free. Just go on to Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation and they'll have some locations for you. Please get out there and check. In honor of our women, I'll share a story today. Is it too much to share with a story with all of you guys? I went and got a breast cancer checkup. I did. I had some pain in my chest, and so I went to the doctor, and he's like, "Well, go get a mammogram." So I went and got a mammogram. Let me tell you, sitting in that room was a little bit like a little weird and a little like scary and a little embarrassing. And then you walk down this long hallway, and you're like, dang, what are they going to find in there? And then the machine is kind of like super, like all up in your chestal area, your chestal pectoral area. And I want to tell you something, man. I walked out of there feeling more connected to those ladies and the anxiety they must have felt sitting there getting an exam, wondering what's going to happen to them. So ladies, all love to you, all support. Please go out there, get an examination, get it done. Those of you who don't have to, gentlemen, support it by donating and making sure that those you love around you are being checked. By the way, if you've been hanging out with us for like forever, for like the last few months, and I didn't mean to be holding my chest the whole time, but that's just how I felt about the situation. The pancake machine. Yes, Doug. Correct. Doug Harry with the pancake machine. I had to use that actually, bro, and it was something else. I do also want to say, if you've been following along with us and you've been catching our stories and you've been hanging out and you've been enjoying this, you've been laughing, you've been crying, you've been thinking, please hit that like button. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe. Go do it. Do it now. Go. 1, 2, 3. Go. Hit the subscribe button. We'd love for you to follow us because every week we're going to have somebody amazing on here who's doing some phenomenal, fantastic things around our world. And we want you to be a part of that and listen in and share it with others. Today, I've got the wonderful privilege of hanging out with one of these guardians who's been watching over our property, wildlife, families, memorabilia, sacred things, and belongings to people. Ricardo is a firefighter in the local Santa Monica area. I want to get his introduction correct here. He is a Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy Wildland Firefighter. He's on with us today. He's going to be talking about the different locations he's had to be at, the fires that they've had to deal with, what it's been like for their family and whatnot. So make sure that you prepared your soul for our conversation today because it's going to be hot and popping. Yes, Joanna, yes, man cake is exactly what I had to go through because my moobs needed it. Our Say Hello campaign. Today we're going to highlight Dakota White. Dakota White. Yes, and I want to give Dakota some love. So we're going to give Dakota White some love on our Say Hello campaign. She's from the All Nations Church out in Monrovia, and she shares that the biggest lesson she's learned in the past, I'm believing the past few months during this particular season, is not to focus so much on inflexibility and putting God in a box. Amen to that. You are very right, Dakota. Let's not put God in a box. And just because things are tough today doesn't mean he hasn't already figured out a million different resolves for this. So thank you, Dakota. If you would like to be part of the Say Hello campaign, reach out to the communications department. They've got you. You can go there at scc.org seventh-day.adventist.org/say hello. And there you can share your story. We'd love to hear all about you and maybe some things you've been dealing with. Next week, I also have another great, amazing guest. Next week, we have Katie Lopez. She's a speech therapist, and she's going to talk about the project that they're working on. The project is called Sidekick. She's partnering with the Southern California Conference, and it's a ministry of inclusion to assist families with special needs. So if you've ever heard of ableism or other issues, she's going to be rocking that out. She's going to be talking about the new program that she's working on. She's a phenomenal speech therapist down from the Long Beach area. You're not going to want to miss out. But today, we are hanging out with the great Ricardo. Right. Ricardo. What's up, my bro?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good to have you on here, my man. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Everyone, if you are just jumping on here, we are starting our conversation with the guy right before you right now. Ricardo, you are a firefighter. You are a Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy Wildland Firefighter. Is that correct?
Yeah. So my training's only forestry. So brush fires, forest fires. That's all I have in my training. That's
Very
all
cool.
we focused on.
So you don't really deal with like the city stuff, right? You deal with more like the wildfires, brush fires, stuff like that.
Correct. We do have mutual aid with the city departments. We do work with them, but we don't respond to medical calls and stuff. We do respond to maybe traffic collisions, search and rescue missions and stuff, but nothing that is medical.
Got it. Wow. Bro, tell me, what are you drinking today?
Oh, I got my water just because I gotta stay hydrated. Tomorrow I go back to work, so gotta hydrate the night before.
Is that like a practice of habit, a professional practice of habit that you do the day before, drinking water to make sure you're hydrated?
Oh yes, being hydrated kind of dictates how you're gonna be feeling the next day. So if I don't drink water, I won't perform. Headaches and all this stuff. So yeah, water is the main thing I gotta be drinking all the time.
Right on. And that's just not for firefighters, people. Drink some water, please. Help your body out. Put that soda down and drink some water. Water, H2O. Can we do a little shout out to your fam and your peoples, Rick?
Sure. I think my wife is. She was bugging me. Oh, send me the link. I want to watch you. So I did. So I'm sure she's watching me right now. Monica and my baby boy Xander.
Woo! Monica and Xander. Some love to you guys. How old is Xander?
7 months.
Wow, 7
Yep.
months. So you're a new father. First one?
First one, new father. Yes.
Oh, bro, you thought firefighting was hard, man. Let me tell you.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm actually hiding in his room right now. I don't know if you can see the background.
Sweet, man. Congratulations. Hi, Monica. Hi, Xander. We want to welcome you on if you're watching along. And we want to thank you for sharing your dad and your husband with us today. We won't take a lot of his time, but we do want to spend some time just talking together. Thank you so much for that. All right. Hey, so Ricky, we talked a little bit before. You said calling you Ricky is all good. Thank you. So my name is Icky. So today I want to welcome you to the Ricky and the Icky show. And we're going to, yeah, boy. We're gonna hang and talk firefighting today. Can you give us a little bit of a job description, bro, of what you would do on a daily? Like if you went into work right now, what does that look like?
So right now, if you say right now, the conditions, as you guys are aware, with red flag Santa Ana winds, usually October, November, and the two fires going on right now in Orange County, we'll actually be out patrolling our parks. We will be out like kind of interacting with the public, just to make sure if something does start, we're there to put it out right away.
Mm.
Santa Ana winds is a big problem for us right now, even though the temperature's gone down. All the fuels are still dry, and with the wind will carry the fire. So definitely, if I would go into work right now, I'll be on standby, patrolling, or kind of getting ready to roll out if region calls for help.
Wow. Do you realize that you're a superhero? Do you know that? Do you know that about yourself?
No, no, not at all. I mean, I I come home, to be honest. I come home and I see my wife, being a mom and doing all these things. I That work is much harder than what I do. So
Right on. You get kudo points on all ends.
yeah.
Um, so as you're going about this season, what kind of season has it been as far as a fire season? Has it been one of your harder ones, or has it been not bad? And which fires have you actually you had to go to?
Well, it's been a record season for the state of California. I mean, over 4 million acres burned. Um, so it's definitely been busy, one of the busiest for me. I've been doing this for 5 years now, so I have like a record going. But yeah, it's been hard to be away. Um, when we get assigned to an incident, we're usually out for 14 up to 21 days
Wow.
out. So being a new father, everything with COVID going on, it's been tough for me to kind of leave and be gone for that long, and not being home with my family.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I've been, when we get attached to an incident through the region, this is Cal EOS, pretty much the Governor's Emergency Services, the state of California. We're assigned, and we could be bouncing around from fire to fire. So in August, we first were at the Apple Fire in Riverside, San Bernardino area. We were there for 9 days, then came home, had a week off, went back out to the lake in the ranch fire in the Angeles National Forest, ended up in Ventura County. Then from there, we went all the way to Monterey County. So
Wow. How
yeah,
many
so
how,
it's
how many guys on a scene when you're working these fires, bro?
so our fire division, we're a 21 man engine crew. So we have a Type 3, which is those big engines, lifted engines,
Hmm.
not the city ones that are long. Are the Type 3s are mostly wildland, and they're meant for off-roading, so you could get into more heavy terrain. So we have a Type 3 strike team, which is 5 engines. And yeah, we that's how we get assigned to fires.
Wow.
They call our strike team out as a resource.
Wow, wow. If you're joining us, I am hanging out with Ricky Hernandez, and we are talking about firefighting. He's a firefighter. He's for the works for the Santa Monica Wildlife Conservancy. I was gonna get close, bro. If you have any questions, please. This is a great time to reach out and ask him some questions. Or if you happen to have a comment, or if you want to share like some support, please do it. These guys have been working day and night, as you all here in Southern California know how bad the fires have been. Ricky, did you work at that fire where the Camp Cedar Falls was close to?
Yes, the Bobcat. No, actually, that was the El Dorado.
That's the El
Um,
Dorado fire.
El Dorado fire. Yes, I was there for 14 days. I was not assigned to the division where Camp Cedar Falls is located at, but I did pass by it many times, and let me tell you, it brought up memories growing up and going to camp every September. So I didn't get to go down there and you know protect the cabins or do any work down there, but I saw many resources. I think they had a whole strike team staying there for just for structure protection. So
Yeah, they opened it up so that they could be there and get some rest and settle up. Bro, let me ask you, what is the maybe in this season or any of the last 5 years for you actually, what has been one of the scariest moments that you've experienced?
um, back in 2018, in the Woosley fire in Calabasas. So I'm stationed out in Calabasas, and that's pretty much most of our property that we own as an agency. That's what the Woosley fire was.
Mm.
So it was a busy fire for us, and the scariest part was because the Santa Ana winds, you got 50, 60 mile per hour winds, and fires, you can't control it. And we were doing structure protection near the coast in one of our properties, and we got cut off. We couldn't get
Ooh.
back down to the coast where we were gonna ride it out. So I look up and I saw the flames up in top of the ridge, kind of maybe 500 feet from us. And at this point, it's like, well, you got to get in the trucks and kind of ride it out. So it was pretty scary. We did some backburn. We put some fire on the grounds just so that we could kind of have a buffer for us
Mm-hmm.
to kind of not take so much heat. But at that time, we just had brand new patrols, brand new trucks. So it was kind of nice because, turn the AC on and just stay inside the truck, let the front flame pass. And once it passes, then you get out and you're able to fight fire.
Wow. What is going through your mind at this point, bro? Give us a little bit of a taste of what it's like.
I'm not even thinking about myself.
Mm.
To be honest, it's what every time I go into a hairy situation, and it's most of the time every fire happens, you have to be scared because if you're not scared, you're doing something wrong. The cockiness or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Being scared is good because it kind of puts safety in your mind. So what goes through my mind is my family. Honestly, I just something happening to me, and they have no idea what's going on because there's no way to communicate and say, hey, I'm in this place, I'm in trouble,
Yeah.
So um, I think about those hours of me maybe disappearing or not be able to communicate with them and what's going through their minds. So that's kind of what goes through my head.
That
Yeah.
and that's probably floating around there a little bit more emphatically since you've had a baby, huh?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, and you know what? It's something good though because now I think about it brings back to maybe I'm not as aggressive when it comes to objectives or getting the job done. Now I think about it twice. It's like, all right, well maybe it's not worth it. Maybe we could instead of holding this line here, maybe we could hold it on over there and regroup and come up with new strategies.
Mm. How frequent this season have you guys gotten close to actual homes?
Oh, it's all the time.
Is that right?
Yes, yeah. So most of the time when we get assigned to an incident, is going to be near a community
Whew.
and to protect home. So it's our main job, and not just wildland firefighters, not or my agency or municipal uh, firefighters. Period. Our objectives is life, property, and then resources. So if life is safe and there's no residents in the house, then properties are our main objective to protect.
Wow, wow, wow. My friends, if you're watching along, this is a fantastic story. We are live with Ricardo Hernandez, who is a firefighter who literally have been seeing homes as they're defending it away from the fires that we've been dealing with here in California. If you have an opportunity, I want you to just ask you to share this and watch along. We really need to spend some time just thanking our firefighting team and obviously Ricky, who's with us today. Ricardo, while you have been working in this fire season, protecting lives and property and resources, have you run into any touching stories recently? Is there anything that you were like, oh man, this is a really good story to share?
Um, not that I can think of. We always get those people that get evacuated, and their home is at risk of getting burned, but they still come back and try to offer food to us, try to offer water, and I think that's it's touching for us because it's like they're worrying about their home, but they still thinking about us, and yeah, but touching itself, no, I think in El Dorado fire, I don't know if you guys are aware, but a firefighter passed away.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, so he has a family, and he was working in the same area where we were working the night before. So we woke up that morning, getting ready to go to work, and we got the news. And around the base camp where we were staying at, seeing those faces of the people that knew this firefighter, uh, kind of gives you chills,
Mm,
because they just found out that firefighter had passed away the night before while they're working their night shift and we're sleeping. So um,
wow.
those kind of stories are the ones that kind of get me, just because it could have been one of my coworkers, it could have been me. Um,
Absolutely.
so
What was the
that's
firefighter's name?
what Charles Morin.
Charles
He was
Moore.
he was a squad boss for the San Bernardino Big Bear Hot Shots.
Wow. Wow. I'll love to him and his family as they have had to mourn the loss of a family member. That's tough, man. Oh,
Yeah.
so let me ask, if people wanted to be more supportive, right? They wanted to show their love and support for firefighters during this time. What's the best way to go about that? I mean, because I'm thinking we probably shouldn't all drive up to where you guys are at while you're fighting fires and say, "Hey, bro, here's a cup of water." Right? What's the best way we can support and show firefighters love?
Yeah, please don't do that. I mean, they take care of us. I'll tell you that. When there's an incident, they set up base camp where they have everything for us. So we have food, water. Um, so that's plenty of that. But I mean, showing support. What I like to see in my coworkers, people line up in the street and waving American flags, saying hi. It's good morale boost because it shows that people are seeing with the work that you're doing.
Hmm.
Um, Firefighters love cookies, love baking. So if there's a fire station near you and you want to bake something, take it to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate that too.
Are there a lot of female firefighters?
There is more now. I they're let me tell you, they're tough. They're tough girls. So they there is more. We have one in our agency, and she does everything we do, and yeah,
Right
it's
on.
definitely a growing field for females to get into.
Hey, so there you go. Little firefighters, young firefighter girls and boys out there. If you want to go to it, go to it. There's a lot of good opportunity here in the field. Ricky, I want to do a 3-2-1. I call it the 3-2-1 segment of our time together. Pretty simple and straightforward. I asked for 3 hacks, 2 hacks, and then 1 hack that is in your specialty wheelhouse. So for those of you who are watching along, if you happen to be looking for some instructional, educational tips on things, here is your time. Pull out your pencil, your pen, open up your digital pad, and get ready to write. I've asked Ricky for 3 actually a total of 6 tips. Ricky, can you give us 3 easy tips that someone can do immediately if they see a brush fire? What's 3 things they could do that'll help that situation?
Uh, don't panic. Call 911 and know your exact location. That's important because if you don't know where you're at and you're reporting a smoke showing or a fire, it's kind of hard for us to. It will take longer for us to get to the fire and put it out. So know your exact location.
I'm in California. Can you make your way to me?
Yeah.
Very good, dude. Those were super concise. So if you see a brush fire, stay calm, call 911,
911.
and know your location. Boom. Very good. Okay, can you give us 2 easy tips that someone can do to make their homes fire safe? What's something that somebody can do right now? 2 things that'll help their home a lot to become more fire safe.
If you live in fire-prone areas, brush clearance, having a brush clearance around your house. It usually, depending on the county, it's 200 feet or 100 feet around your property. And that's good because it helps us firefighters when we are protecting your home have a buffer and feel safe when there's that clearance around it. Number 2, because of the Santa Ana winds and when windy conditions, close your windows, close your doors. Don't have anything that might fly away. So that's 2. Yeah.
Boom. Very good, bro. Thank you so much. That's super, super helpful. I hope you're all writing this down somewhere or sharing it on Instagram or TikTok or something. Finally, give us 1 tip that someone can do to become a firefighter.
Get involved. It's all about getting involved and networking with people. That's how I started getting fire departments. Different agencies have programs where you could get involved as a volunteer, as a cadet, as an explorer. So once you get involved, you start meeting people that will help you along the way.
Fantastic, bro. Fantastic. Thank you. That's some really, really good tips there, my friends. I hope you got your 3, 2, 1 segment in and that you wrote that down into your memory, burned it into your soul. Ricky, let me ask you a question about firefighting and having become that. Did you always want to become a firefighter?
No. My mother brought me to this country when I was 8 years old. And growing up, I fell in love with this country. I knew that, this is going to be my home. This is where I'm going to start my family. So, oh snap. How'd you get that?
a little present for you, bro.
Oh yeah. Well, that looks like my son. It could be my son. But,
we do our homework on this cast here, bro.
geez, I haven't seen those in years. So growing up, for me, doing something, giving back to this country, it was kind of motivating me to pursue firefighting, and nothing more than that. Not for the pride, the glory. It was more just I wanted to serve, and I knew that if I joined the military, my mom wouldn't be okay with that. So,
right.
a first responder was the next thing.
Fantastic, bro. Fantastic. Okay, so that's how you came about it. So then, as a child, what did you initially? What did you dream of as a kid that you wanted to become?
I think it was a police officer. To be honest,
Mm,
I think so. That's what my mother tells me. That I wanted to be a police officer. So it's kind of along the lines, first
yeah,
responders. We all kind of are the same. We do things for the community. So
you absolutely do, bro. You absolutely do. You guys are doing phenomenal, phenomenal work. How hard was it to become a firefighter?
it's tough.
Is it? Is it really?
It is tough. A lot of sacrifice. A lot of you have to invest a lot of time in volunteering and a lot of time in yourself, working out and stuff, being in good shape. Um, I when I first started after graduating the fire academy, I left to Oregon to work for 2 years. So I was
Wow.
I was engaged at the time, so I didn't see my wife for 6 months
Dang,
at a time.
Monica, shout out to you, my girl. Woo.
Yeah, so it's definitely sacrifices that you have to make. Not only if you have a family, that's everyone. That's, your wife, your kids are gonna have to make sacrifices because you're gonna be away a lot. But if you're single and you're just starting, trying to find something to a career to get started,
Mm.
invest all the time you have, and things will come your way.
Wow, wow. So I suppose it's probably a little late for me, huh? I'm
Oh, no, not at all. Hey, there's people that are still trying to. They're in the process of becoming firefighters. It's a long process
Wow.
itself. When you apply for a municipal department, LA County, LA City, it takes about a year and a half for you
Wow.
to actually get a job offer. So it's never too late, my guy.
Bro, let me tell you, my wife would kill me if I even thought about it. So I should have done it while I was single. No.
Yeah.
My girl Chona. Hey, Chona, welcome on, Chona. Thanks for watching along. Matt, Isaac, we see you guys. Thank you so much. Berna, thank you for being here. Chona asked a question I want to put out there for you, my bro. She says, what are the most important attributes or traits a firefighter must possess? In your arsenal, your tool belt of abilities, what is the one Batman tool you need, bro, to be you?
For me, it's integrity. You have
Woo!
truth to yourself, truth to the people you're serving, to your family, to God. So I think integrity it's the one that hits the home for me the most.
Wow, that's beautiful, bro. Brenda Richards, love to Brenda. What's up, Brenda? Welcome on. She says good information and sweet baby photos, bro. I agree. Those are some cute baby photos. And then
I
Isaac
still don't know how
Navarez, what's that?
I still don't know how you got those photos.
We like to surprise our guests on here with things like that. I'm going to blame Isaac Navarez for that, who also puts out there that, yes, it is way too late for me, bro, to even try firefighting. Brian Campos, my guy, he asked, do you guys have chaplains on site when you guys are out in the field?
Uh, no, that's honestly when we're out on the field working incidents, uh, everyone's kind of like each crew, each agency is kind of assigned to their jobs, and they do their jobs and they go about themselves when they have their time off.
Mm,
Our agency specifically, we don't have that. I know when there's a death or something does happen, you could request one, and they'll make it happen, but not on site.
yeah. We'd probably get in you guys' way. Hey guys, let's pray. It's burning. Come on, run. No. We'll be okay, everybody. So it's probably best to have us somewhere else. Great question though, Brian. Thank you for asking that. So yeah, that's that man. It's just there's a lot going on, huh? How are you doing emotionally, my bro? You and all the firefighters, where do you feel you guys are at during this particular season? As you said, this is probably one of your most extreme seasons you guys have had, at least in the last half decade. How are you guys doing emotionally and mentally, you specifically, and then the team overall?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. I have a lot to live for. Being a new dad.
Yeah.
So that motivates me. My family is what keeps me going. Even though I miss them when I'm out there, but keeps my head on my shoulders. Uh, Makes me think twice about safety. Makes me be conservative about assignments and stuff. So I'm definitely doing okay with the support of my family. In the firefighter field, and this is specifically forestry wildland
Yeah.
firefighters. Uh, they get hit a lot with mental health issues, PTSD,
Ooh.
uh, because it's long seasons. Fire seasons are only getting longer. Usually, 4 or 5 months. Now it's 7, 8 months out of the
Wow.
year. A lot of overtime. I know guys that are working 1,000 hour overtime per season. So that's a lot of toll on your body, your mental health, on your relationships. That's a big one.
Wow.
Being
Yeah.
away from home, people lose relationships, girlfriends, boyfriends,
Mm.
marriages, relationship with your kids. So it's mental health is a big issue right now in our field. that it's being addressed.
Mm.
More people are being getting aware to ask for help when they need to. And the worst part of everything is once fire season is over and everything calms down, it's kind of like you lose your friends, or you lose the people that were there cheering you on.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, a lot of forestry firefighters work seasonal jobs. So they're with the crew, they're with their co-workers for a whole season. Once fire season's over, they go back to their own towns, their own cities, and
Right.
maybe they don't have the relationships they had when they first left, and
Mm.
they don't have the relationships they built when they were working. So
Wow.
it's definitely mental health, depression, and PTSD is it's a big issue right now.
Wow, man. Wow, wow. That's given us a bit of a glimpse into your world because we don't often see that, right? Most of the stories we hear about you guys doing some kind of firefighting, saving lives and stuff like that, but we don't get to actually see that portion of what you guys are doing. So, all of our prayers and love to you guys. In your training, what's the hardest thing you do, dude? Tell me about it. The hardest thing. What's like the hardest training thing?
It's hiking uphill, man. Hiking those hills with hose packs. Uh, Especially the older you get, those knees start getting weak and start hurting.
Right, right.
So, um, but yeah, it's if you're in good shape, uh, that's the easy portion.
Mm.
But I think that's the hardest part, being getting in shape and being able to hike for 24 hours a
Oh,
day in extreme heat or cold weather or wind.
wow.
Um, yeah.
Wow. Isaac asks, what would you tell our youth that are thinking about getting into what you do? What would your advice be? Go for it. Don't go for it.
Um, for me, honestly, depending on the stage of your life, if you're doing something, if you have the passion for it and that's something that you wanted to do since you were little, or you started to discover the passion for firefighting, go for it. But if it's something that you just want to explore or see if you could do it, maybe it's not the right time, just because it's a long process. It's definitely a long process and a lot of sacrifice that if you have a family to support, it's gonna be hard. And
Right.
that's the thing. Becoming one, and being a support for your family, it's tough.
Man.
But if you're young or you have the passion for it, there's a lot of programs, there's a lot of departments with different volunteer opportunities that will get you in the field, or let you see what they do or what we do, and you could decide then.
Nice. Bro, so we play a game on here called Love One, Leave One. Are you down to play with me?
Sure, sure.
Okay, cool. It's a pretty simple game. I basically give you two things to choose between. I give you two options, and then you choose one or the other. So I'll say something. I'll give you an example. Shoelaces or Velcro, and you can say love. Whichever one of those two that you choose, whichever one you choose is the thing that you can have in your life for good times. It's enjoyable for the rest of your life. Whatever you don't choose, that thing disappears from existence forever, and no one in humanity can ever use it again. So there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders to choose the right thing. All right?
All right.
Now, this is what I'll be honest with you. Because today was a little bit crazy, I didn't write a list down here. So I'm going to freestyle, bro. I'm just going to come off the top of my dome. And you will just give me whatever answer you got. We got that? Is that cool?
We're good. Yep.
Okay. Minute and a half on the clock. We're ready to go. If you're ready, say let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. Taco Bell or Del Taco?
Taco Bell.
Ah,
Or love.
love Taco Bell. Okay, good. Me too. Okay. Lakers or Clippers?
Love Lakers.
Oh, we could be friends. We could be friends.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. East Coast or West Coast?
West Coast.
Hawaii or Paris?
Ooh. I'll say Hawaii.
All right. Thai
Yeah.
food or Mexican food?
Thai food.
Okay, okay. Summertime or wintertime?
Summer. I need
Ah.
overtime. I need the overtime.
That overtime. Nice. Okay. Outdoor leisure activities or stay up late watching a movie inside?
Oh, stay up late watching a movie just because I do outdoors for a living.
Right, 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 right. Okay. Pizza or spaghetti?
Pizza.
90s hip hop or 2000 pop music?
90s hip hop.
Okay, we can still be friends. Okay, TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Nikes or Adidas?
Nikes.
Nice. Good job, my bro. I was running out of options, man. I didn't know where to go. I hear you're a foodie. Is that true?
Oh man, I love food. Yeah.
Tell me what your favorite food is.
I don't have one. I don't think I do.
Really?
I love to try new things. Yes. That's
Really?
something that my wife kind of had to learn about me. I don't have a favorite food, favorite color, or favorite thing. I'm kind of like neutral about things, and I like to definitely explore new things.
Wow. If your wife was online right now, what would you say was the thing that initially drew her to you, bro?
Uh, I'm not sure. maybe maybe because I'm kind of a serious guy.
Yeah.
Like I don't really. I I I kind of had to mature in the early age, so I kind of act more of an adult when we first met. So rather than acting like a kid, we were working at In and Out when we first met. So
Oh man, In and Out, baby. Yes.
yeah,
So you guys actually met at In and Out.
yeah, we both worked there at the same
Wow.
time. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Monica, getting it done. Good, 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 good. So let me ask you something. Do you feel the support and love of the church as a firefighter? Do you feel that in any tangible way?
Yes, most definitely. Every time I'm out on assignment, my mom would text me that the church is praying for me and for my coworkers. So just reading that text, um, it's it's good. It's good for us to know that they're thinking about me. They're praying about for me and stuff. So I
Fantastic.
definitely feel the support.
Very good, bro. How about as a young adult? Do you feel the support and the love from the church? Have you been feeling supported as a young adult?
Yeah, I have. I grew up in church. Pastor Isaac was actually one of my pastors.
Ah,
Pastor
bro, I'm so
Brian.
sorry about that, man.
Yeah, I was in Oregon, but most of the time when he was at my church, I didn't get to interact with him. I'm just
Well,
kidding.
you see what
No,
the
he's
Lord is. The Lord is intervened in your behalf, bro.
yeah, but most of the youth pastors they always been involved and with the youth and growing up. I mean, being part of different activities,
Mm.
it was fun and kind of helped me grow up to the person I am today.
Wow, man, that's fantastic. And how has your faith? How have you found your faith to play a role in your job as a firefighter?
Uh, just trusting God, uh, trusting God that He's taking care of me. He's taking care of my coworkers. That He's definitely taking care of my family back at home, because
Yeah.
that's a big one, man.
Truth.
Especially right now with COVID.
Yeah.
Um, my son being born in March, that's when
Mm.
the lockdown kind of happened.
Yep.
Uh, I was afraid to go back to work because I'm interacting with a bunch of people, a lot of people.
Absolutely.
So, but I need to go back to work. Fire season was just around the corner. That's when all their training happened. So, um,
Wow.
trusting God that He's taking care of my family back at home, so that I don't have to be worrying about that when I'm actually fighting fire. That's a big for me.
Oh, yo, that's a hashtag, baby. Hashtag trust him. Trust him. Phenomenal. And your lady came on, man. Your partner in crime came on. She said dedicated to God and his family, definitely maturity as well. So she called out what she loved in you, man.
There you go.
Fantastic. Hey, let me ask just a quick question about the fire season. You said it's longer than it's been, and it's getting longer. What do we attribute that to? Can we do more things on our half that would make a difference?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Is California is blessed with a good weather year round,
Yeah.
and weather usually means sunny outside.
Yeah.
So the fuels are getting dried throughout the year. Less rain every year. Um, the type of fuels we have here in California as well. We have brush, not so much a lot of timber, a lot of forest.
Yep.
So that contributes to having more fires. So I mean, as a firefighter, I would tell the public, if you live in, be ready. Uh, have a plan where you're gonna go. Have your things ready to go, especially Santa Anawans. If
Whew.
they're, they'll announce in the news and the weather channels that there's Santa Ana winds coming. Uh, the
Let's see if we can get him back on here. I think we lost him. I think we lost our guy. Hey, there he is. All right. Welcome back, bro.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
No worries, man. I think we all dropped out with you when that happened. We're back though. We're back. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, you were just saying. You were just finishing off what you were saying there.
Oh yeah. So have a plan. Have your things ready to go and know where you're going. So that way we don't have to worry about evacuating people or worrying about a resident that is going to stay back at their house.
Right.
We will do our best to protect every home, and that's our job. I mean, yeah, we can disregard that. So
Right. Have you guys had to do that at some point? Go back after somebody?
not personally myself.
Mm.
I haven't. Uh, but there we have encountered residents that decide to stay and don't want to leave. We can't force them.
Wow.
So definitely, if they know what they're doing, hey, power to them. But
Right.
if you just gonna kind of be in the way, that's kind of tough for us.
Man, brother, I want to thank you so much for all the great work you've done. We are starting to round out our time. If you're catching up with us, I am hanging out with Ricardo Hernandez, who is a firefighter. He is a Santa Monica Wildlife Conservancy firefighter. How close was that, bro?
That's good. That's good.
Awesome. So Ricky and I here have been talking about his experiences and all the stuff he's been through. Ricky, before we close out our time together, I do want to take a moment and jump in here with a couple of human beings that you may know well.
Yeah, I know those guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got Pastor Isaac and Pastor Brian who's joining me here. We wanted to actually just stop and honor you in representation of our firefighters, bro, today. And so I wanted these guys to come on and just share a few words, if that's all right.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Brian Campos, pastor of the universe. What's up, my bro?
What's up, Icky? What's up, Ricky?
What's
How
up?
you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man.
That's good, man. That's good, bro. Hey, man, just want to just thank you for all that you do, man. We know that there's a lot of sacrifices that you make, and we know it's tough. I know we've talked a little bit in the past about it, but God has placed you in a position, man,
to freeze.
Yeah.
Whatever position it is, we're all kind of hung there, man. We don't know.
We're waiting for that.
Yeah. Isaac, go ahead and step in there while Brian's trying to figure out his frozenness.
I just want to say, Icky, you're a hater. How dare you call me out like that on live
I am.
broadcast? But I still love you.
Hater.
Ricky, my man, how's it going, man?
Good.
Dude, you're a star, man. I know you don't. I know you don't consider it, but you really are. What you do, and ever since I met you, man, I've got nothing but respect for you and your wife. Keep up the good work. I know that you've been what's it called? You've been very eager to continue doing this. When I met you, you were, as you said, you weren't really always there, but when you were willing to help out and just participate. And the dedication you have to your family, to God, is just bar none one of the best. And honestly, that's all that's going to keep on driving you, man. So keep up the good work. You being you're our hero. I know you don't see yourself as a hero, but you really are our hero, man. Like, we see the mountains burning, and I'm like, I would never want to be there, but the fact that you have that desire to do it is just amazing, man. And thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Ricky, I just want you to know that Isaac says that to everybody, though. I just putting it out there.
Hey, I'll give him props. He's the one that, kind of motivated me and encouraged me to do this. I didn't want to do it, but he's like, dude, you got this. So I appreciate that. It's good for me. It's good for my work because, public speaking and being a role model, that's important to me. So thank you, Isaac.
And you've been modeling it, bro. You've been modeling it by your life. Do you know other Adventists who are firefighters? Have you run into other Adventist firefighters?
No, I do not. No, at least not in our church. Hey, I gotta say something though. Hey, Isaac, what's up with that hat, man?
Why are you hating, bro?
Yep, I agree with him.
Why are you hating?
Jeez.
He's got the nerve to come on here, Ricky.
Dude.
He's got the nerve to come on the Ricky and Icky show wearing that.
No.
You know what? My wife literally threw me a hat, and I'm glad she threw me this one. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you can throw it in
The
the
real
trash.
LA team. The real Los Angeles team right here. The real one.
How many championships? One?
You know what? Give us more time, bro. We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll
got
give you.
this.
You definitely need more time. That we know that. We know that to be true. You're gonna need a. Hey, he's back.
Hey, I'm so
We're
sorry,
done, aren't
bro.
we? Are we done?
My son got to the internet box. Pulled the plug on me, man.
Nice.
Oh,
Benjamin,
nice.
grab him.
That was a bit too soon for that, no, right, Brian?
I know. No, so yeah, man, I don't even know what part you guys heard, but Ricardo, bro, again, just thank you for everything that you do, bro. You're in my prayers. Your colleagues are in my prayers. Your family's in my prayers, and we just thank you, man, for everything that you do, bro. I know God placed you in that position for a reason, and just continue to trust Him, dude.
Absolutely.
We're here for you.
Absolutely.
Hey, bro, you got cookies coming your way, bro. You got cookies coming your way. Chocolate chip.
Oh, all right.
Who's making Brian? Who's making that?
I'm making them.
Real.
Bruh, we don't live too far apart, man. What about my cookies?
Oh man, we'll see.
The only cookies I
I mean,
get
it was
from
your
Brian is
birthday.
when I
You know the
steal
way
his
Brian
basketball.
said that. You know that means nothing's coming my way. Oh man, Ricardo, I had brought these two pastors on because they have an absolute love for you, and they wanted to make sure that you knew that they support you and all that you do. But these two aren't the only two that do. I want to send you, Ricardo. I want to send you love from our president, Velino Salazar. He wanted me to make sure that you knew that he is praying for you. He is thankful for the great task you've taken on, that our conference believes in you as a young adult and as a fireman, and that we support you 100%, my bro. I also was able to get some greetings from our region director from the Hispanic region, Jaime Eras. So all love to you, and keep up the great work. And before we end out, we're just coming to the end here, my friends. If you happen to have a question or something, what is the best way, Ricky, that people can get in contact with you? Do you have a Instagram or Facebook or something?
I do. I really, social media is, computers and all that stuff is not my thing, but I have an Instagram. I don't even know my I think it's Ricky H21.
Ricky H21.
Correct. And if you have any questions about, firefighting, or you're trying to get into it, reach out to me. Pastor Isaac, Pastor Brian could always, shoot you my number and a text away or a call. But text or phone call will be the easiest way to reach me. And I'm always willing to help.
Maybe you can help Isaac with his hat choices.
Yeah.
As we close out, because we want to make sure you know how much we respect, care, and support the great work that our firemen are doing, you included, especially as you are part of our faith community, my bro. Just let me know, if you had to choose to save one restaurant because of a wildfire, and they were all in that same plaza, which restaurant would you choose? Tell us which one. You had to choose one.
It better be In-N-Out.
Oh, there's plenty of In-N-Out, man. Well, see, my wife and I love Cheesecake Factory. We love that place, but personally, for me, Lucille's, just the barbecue,
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'll say Lucille's.
Amen. That's a good choice.
Well, here from the Southern California Conference, we want to show our love and support for you. We are going to send you a gift certificate for you and your family. We're going to send you to In-N-Out because we can't afford Lucille's. No, I'm playing, bro.
All good. Hey,
No. We're going to send you a gift certificate to Lucille's, and feel free to share it with your family. There will be enough on there to take care of all of you guys so you can enjoy a meal. Because while you're out in the wildfires, who knows what's going to happen? And we want to make sure that you know, while you're here at home, that your church and your peoples, we love and support you in the work you're doing, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Everyone else, thank you for joining us on Tuesday Tea Time. This has been our time with our Santa Monica Wildlife Conservancy firefighter, Ricardo J. Hernandez. This is Pastor Brian and Pastor Isaac Navarez with us today. Thank you so much for joining our Tuesday Tea Time. Next week, we're going to be hanging out with Katie Lopez, speech therapist. She's going to be talking about inclusion for families with special needs. You need to join us. The conversation is going to be dope. It's going to be fire. And she's going to be starting a workshop here that week that's partnered up with Southern California Conference. So until next week, everybody stay safe, stay sane, and give some love to people around you. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. And a huge thank you, Ricky, to you and the great things you're doing. Monica, we love you, girl. Enjoy Lucille's because that's what your man picked. Take care, everybody.
Guys.